let me ask you something. What is your biggest regret? Take a few seconds to self-reflect and think of that biggest regret. We've all got those moments in our lives where we think, if only I had said something differently, if only I had done something differently. But this is the one thing, regrets don't have to hold you back. We can reframe them and turn them into our biggest lessons that actually fuel our actions in order for us to learn from the experience. And in this video, I'm going to share my own personal story to help you realise that you are not alone. And the second part is about sharing 3 practical tips that will enable you to change how you view your regrets. You can't go back and undo them, but you can learn from them. And those 3 practical tips will help you see things from a different perspective. If this is a topic that is sparking your curiosity and interest, please stick around. For anyone new to this channel, hello, I am Tanya. I am a rapid transformational therapist and coach, and I empower women over the age of 40 to truly authentically love themselves and thrive in whichever phase of life they may find themselves. So this is where the kind of first part of the kind of journey starts with the self-reflection. And I know that this can cause a fair bit of discomfort because we're touching upon situations that may either have really strong intense emotions, which might be shame, guilt, it might be anger, frustration, annoyance, or whatever other emotion might sort of surface for you. And this is where, by tapping in for a few seconds, minutes, then you can actually gain clarity and insight, which will enable you to change the way you actually view that regret or that situation and learn from it. So let's use me for example. My biggest regret is that in my early 20s, I had the opportunity to set healthy boundaries in all my relationships, and I chose not to. The simple reason for choosing not to take that action is because I felt intense emotions, and feeling intense emotions is something that I could not handle. I didn't have the coping strategies or the tools and the techniques to enable me to surf as a professional surfer, the emotional waves, the ups and downs. I wanted to either be on a high, or I wanted the trough to be as shallow as possible. So I avoided feeling my feelings. I suppressed them. I binge ate them. I binge drank them. I avoided them at any cost that I could. And as a result, the suffering and the pain didn't go away, it just got suppressed, and it would surface every now and again, and I would be actually surprised that these emotions would surface. But I hadn't made the connection that it was as a result of me not setting those healthy boundaries. And what I actually learned is, by doing that, rather than me taking the uncomfortable action at the time, which was, well, to find out what healthy boundaries look like, how I could introduce them, practice until I felt comfortable in setting the healthy boundaries. But when I look back, like 30 years later, when I've started doing the deep inner work to really understand why my relationships weren't necessarily always fulfilling, and why I was always sort of coming back to the kind of pointing the finger of blame, 3 fingers pointing back at me. What did I do? Why did I not learn from the experience? So that shame, guilt, resentment and anger and frustration was all directed at me. My inner critic was the loudest voice in my life, and that was the one that's held me back from taking so many actions that would have brought more joy and fulfillment into my life much sooner. And through that experience of avoiding that initial pain and discomfort, then I endured 30 years of it. So the cost for me was immense. I endured all that pain and suffering that if I had just spent a few weeks, months practicing setting the healthy boundaries, I would have saved myself so much pain and suffering, but my relationships would have thrived as a result. Because showing up for yourself doesn't mean that you're selfish. It doesn't mean that other people are wrong, but it sets a healthy precedent that you are showing up for yourself, you're supporting yourself, and you're being kind and compassionate to you first, but then you're showing that kindness and compassion to other people. Because there was times where I was being nice, I was being a people pleaser, and as a result I was resenting and annoyed with myself because I was doing and experiencing things that I didn't truly want to do, but I didn't feel comfortable in saying no. I didn't feel comfortable in rejecting people or disappointing them. That is the narrative that I had in my head. But that isn't the reality, and there's a lot of other videos that I've already done and I will be doing on this channel that will sort of tackle that subject of boundaries, because it's been one of my kind of major aha moments, but such a game changer in my life as well. So I will share that content, and I'll sort of like add links to the kind of end screen of this video as well. So enough about me. Let's flip it on to you. And this might feel a wee bit uncomfortable, but I'm going to share 3 practical tips to help you time box some time where you actually delve a wee bit deeper and feel a little bit the discomfort to start with, but know that your life is going to be enhanced so much as a result of doing this deeper inner work. So the first thing is about reframing the narrative. Instead of focusing on what went wrong, what you said, how you said it, what you did, what you didn't do. Because in some situations it's the action that we didn't take, the things that we didn't say, that can create the regret. So treat the regret as a lesson, as an opportunity for you to learn, for you to figure out, if you had to do it all over again, with the hindsight that you've got now, what would you have done differently? How would you have shown up for yourself? How would you have reacted in that situation? And see where there's improvements and where there's lessons that could be actually made. The second bit is about forgiving yourself and others, but it has to start with you, because you're the one that took the action, that said something or didn't say something, did something or didn't do something. So there's probably a lot of intense feelings and emotions associated, just like I had: anger, resentment, disappointment in myself, and also shame and guilt that I didn't show up for myself. So you can actually do this either by journaling, you can do it by meditating, you can do it by actually forgiving yourself. Now this might seem easier said than done, but I use a oponopono exercise, which is a Hawaiian prayer. It's got 4 simple steps, and you can change the order of the 4 steps to suit your situation and what you're trying to work through. And it's about forgiving yourself. Now the 4 steps are, it's I am sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. And as I said, those 4 can be changed in whichever order, but I'm going to use them in this order, and I'm going to give you the example that I've been using with myself to release the intense emotions and forgive myself for not setting the healthy boundaries sooner. So I am sorry for not setting healthy boundaries in my early 20s. Please forgive me for the pain and suffering that I endured throughout those 30 years by not showing up for myself. I love you, and now I have the tools and the desire to take the necessary action to have healthy boundaries in my life, and I want you to know that I am there to support you. Thank you for being brave and courageous to forgive yourself and to do the inner work that can be uncomfortable at times. but you deserve and you are worthy of it. Now you can make it as long or as short, you can write it down, you can have it as a little kind of 4 steps written somewhere where you actually see on a daily basis, and you might use it for anything that surfaces in your life. So this kind of forgiveness, it's about forgiving yourself, but also about forgiving other people. And the forgiving other people, there isn't that you need to forget what they've actually done if it's their actions or their words that have actually caused pain and hurt, but it's about you letting go of the emotional baggage that you're carrying on your shoulders and they are weighing you down. It's about you forgiving yourself and setting yourself free to be able to get unstuck and move through life, because this has been a lesson that you've actually learned. And the third step, the third tip that I would say, is about setting intention for the future. Because as I said, regrets are things that you've done in the past and you can only learn from them. But by learning from them, you can set new kind of healthier habits, healthier relationships in order for you to thrive in your life going forward. So, are there areas in your life where you do need to do some more inner work? Are they podcasts or videos or books or courses that you could actually attend to actually help you delve a wee bit deeper and figure out what's actually truly holding you back in terms of, are you still got that inner critic that's judging? Is it something that you just keep on replaying, analysis paralysis, ruminating over things in the past that you can't control, and about you then empowering yourself to take control of your life? And it's about changing those feelings and those regrets into actionable steps, habits, behaviours, rituals, patterns that you incorporate into your life that are going to be encouraging and empowering. So let me know in the comments below, what was your biggest regret? What did you do to turn things around and get yourself unstuck? Do you resonate with any of the 3 tips that I've shared? Have you experienced a similar situation like mine with unhealthy boundaries? Let me know in the comments below. And for those of you that this content that you've been watching 12 minutes in has resonated, please like and subscribe. If you think someone in your life would benefit from listening and watching this video or any of my other content in the channel, please share it with them. And I want you to go out and seize the day. Figure out what is your one biggest regret and how you can actually reframe it and use it as the lesson to enable you to make better choices. And as I say, in life we've always got choices, so please choose wisely. Choose to treat regrets as the lessons that they truly were, and go out and have the most amazing day. Until the next one, bye.